One moment, please. I shall inform Milady of your arrival.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting would be most improper. Especially when it was I who extended the invitation. Cantarella Fisalia, 36th matriarch of the Fisalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Honorable Laureate, the new crown of the Carnival. Very well. If you insist, I see no reason to refuse. You may also call me Cantarella. Now, shall we proceed to my study? Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto. Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. Every sorrow has its own way of fading, don't you think? You still hold a grudge? Won't you accept my apology?
This tea, is it from Jinzhou?
I invited you here to ask that you might serve as a mediator.
Before we get into that, there's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Fisalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is beyond saving. But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Raguna? So you've noticed something is amiss. As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion firsthand. And what exactly do you find most unsettling?
Why haven't the Threnodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodians' invasion of Raguna has long since concluded. The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge and assimilate. It uses distorted beliefs to spread a spiritual plague that slowly devours civilizations from within. Though the previous two attempts were thwarted, the tall mast of the galleon that is Raguna has already been snapped in half. Now the blissfully ignorant masses walk hand in hand toward an abyss they cannot see. Friend or foe? As a newcomer to this land, can you really tell them apart? Yes, and no. On one hand, there's the truth of the Order's beliefs. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whispers. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. Now that we've come this far, there's nothing for me to hide. My only hope is that once you learn everything, you will carefully consider my request. Just as I expected, the Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in this sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form. A majestic steed that galloped with the wind, not a creature of the ocean's depths. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian. Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Resonator, to save Imperator. Both Jinzhou and Jue owe you their future. That makes you the only person capable of this task. I understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order. Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you for the remainder of your time in Resonator. I can offer you a glimpse into Resonator's past, and you'd be spared the Order's unwelcome attention.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you've described, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Sentinel's Resonator and later save Resonator. Do you think that's also a lie?
Care to elaborate? The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their Resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact. That's because Imperator wields the power to split and manipulate space. With it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's own. This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the very powers of the Sentinel, and the artifact used to select their Resonator. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel. Only the Chosen One may hope to draw it.
Then, what about Carlotta?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her resonance is unclear to me. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, or perhaps with the Sentinel in its corrupted form. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel's will. That's because the maiden was already dead. In the past, each year the Fisalia family would hold the divine trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers. While overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, some saw fragments of the truth hidden within the resonance. I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted form and the inverted ruins suspended in the sky. I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that sonorosphere. When I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were, "The maiden is dead."
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. Her and Carlotha's descriptions bear many similarities. If Turvin is the key to entering the sonorosphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening? If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
I suppose all that's left is its symbolic value. However, do handle it with care. It is a family heirloom. I have heard of your unique methods and formidable strength. Rover, who are you really? The Sentinel's Arbiter?
Well, I have some information and theories of my own. Care to hear them?
Please, enlighten me. I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be alive. What surprises me even more is the connection you have with the Sentinel. We Fisalias revere Imperator as our one true divinity, and yet, here you stand, the Arbiter of the Sentinel. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master? Then, I present my request once more. Are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Resonator back from the brink of chaos? Turvin can only serve its purpose while in your hands. You should have it.
The only question now is how we reach Camelliya and Imperator's Sonorosphere.
We can discuss it on the way.
So you're the one that Camelliya sensed wandering outside the Sonorosphere?
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking? Although being described as a jellyfish. Never.
You have come. Greetings. I'm Camelliya, and you are?
Cantarella Fisalia.
Oh, a Fisalia. It seems your ties with the Order are more complicated than they appear.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day. But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. I've been searching for answers. This must be the sort of divinity. Turvin. The one with the Sentinel's powers sealed within.
You shouldn't have knowledge of this sword.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere, granting me information about the sword's origins.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted glimpses of its knowledge.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? The question of whose Resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's Resonator, then that must mean...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the Thenodian's Resonator, nor that you aid its cause.
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Thenodian, the second Dark Tide, and the forming of this Sonorosphere.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day. You really don't remember anything?
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. There are 2 other swords. The Sword of Discord, Hogness, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltir. Yes. Did you see them too? Placing the 3 swords on their respective pedestals should break the seal over the main tower. But why would this information be revealed to me now? Is this the Thenodian's doing?
If we do nothing, we'll never get any answers. Instead of speculating, we should use the clues we've gathered so far.
Lady Maiden.
Please, Cartathea would suffice. I am but a fake after all.
I've waited for this moment, this chance to save the Sentinel and my family. I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap. If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step aside. Rover and I will take care of this matter.
Since you are willing to overlook the possibilities of a trap, then there's no reason for me to worry and turn away. I underestimated your resolve. I'm sorry. Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind me, and this tower will elevate itself. all right. The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite of what you're used to. It took me some time to get used to it too. I believe it's to prevent them from falling to the ground. Tacit discords, the dark tide, and these ruins themselves.
I imagine it's also a symbolic reminder that our beliefs have been turned on their head. This view matches with what I saw at the time.
Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest we travel via phone. It's the name I gave to a gondola.
Good evening. How goes progress on your end? So, a portion of energy was split from the Threnodian.
Do you trust Gerthia now?
Rover, the soul is like a boiling cauldron. You may know the ingredients you add, but who can predict what will come of it? It might become an elixir, or perhaps a poison, or perhaps it will simply fizzle away into nothingness. I've watched it happen far too many times. One must never grow complacent.
So, any updates on your end?
I found several things which may tip the scales in our favor.
Such as...
It would take too long to explain. And you deserve your rest, don't you? I will be there when your journey ends. We will speak of it then.
Don't go.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Not even whole, yet still ever so determined.
Cantarella.
Home brought me here. I'd have shown myself earlier. But it didn't seem like the right time to interrupt. Looks like what I prepared could still be put to good use.
Turvin.
The Sentinel Sword. It will help you resist the Threnodian's attack.
What's inside?
To pass the divine trials, every potential maiden must resonate with the Sentinel through Turvin. Those who survive receive fragments of truth, but at a cost. Memories lost in varying degrees. The lost memories fall into this sonorosphere, each carrying faint traces of the Sentinel's power, the power within those fragments of truth. Turvin absorbs this energy. The Sentinel's energy flows through you. You are more than worthy of wielding this sword. But you, Cartathea, you alone must choose to wield it. Only then will it become the Blessed Maiden's sword.
Does it also hold the sacrifice you made?
No, my sacrifice was used up long ago. At the time I resonated with the Sentinel, I saw you through their distorted eyes. Or rather, I saw Fleur-de-Lis battling the Threnodian. In that moment, I made a sacrifice that would shift the balance of power.
Was it?
The energy I received from the Sentinel's second awakening. I split it from myself and offered it back to the Sentinels so they could, for a moment, regain control of their body. Only by doing this could Fleur-de-Lis seize the moment to kill the already tainted Sentinel. So, the real Blessed Maiden is dead. But there is no reason why the false Blessed Maiden cannot herself become the true Blessed Maiden, is there? A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian, but that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
Thank you. In spite of my curse, my life of hardship, I must still save what is true.
Had you not stopped the second dark tide? Well, it is we who should be thanking you. At least you can't accuse me of ingratitude. I just need a moment's rest. Apologies, but they're doing something rather important. Please? Do give them some privacy. So you haven't forgotten me. I shouldn't put my guest on the spot. Moving on. How is Cantarella?
She needs time.
Understandable. Her transition back to mortal life is a drastic departure from her former existence. Now, I suppose I should thank you.
What's this?
Blood Pact's pledge. A symbol of the unbreakable pact between you and the Fisalia family. Each head of the family is entitled to one, and only one. You vanquished the Threnodian and brought peace at last to the Fisalias. You should have it. Consider this a token of gratitude.
Is that the only one?
You wish for more? Or is there something else you'd have me do? Though, of course, I may change my mind at any moment. So, you do well to visit often.
Before I forget, Imperator left a message.
Tell me, I'm ready.
From this day forth, you are free.
I'll remember that.
Will you tell the others?
I've spent so long preparing for this day. A few more will hardly make a difference.
I'll take my leave then.
More tea? before you go?
Cantarella? What's she doing here?
What a pleasure to meet you again. So what brings a distinguished laureate to this ghostly place? Tired of heavenly views, are we? Are you here to savor the underworld's wonders and dance with its spirits? Why not? What harm could there be in a ghost of the deep reveling among spirits? Also, what are you implying? On the night of remembrance, it's only natural that the departed return to the mortal realm for their unfulfilled wishes. Still, it'd be best if they didn't stir up trouble for the living. In my humble opinion, lost souls find peace only when their wishes are fulfilled. Then perhaps they'll stop haunting people. Since fate has brought you here, why not offer your aid to those poor restless souls? I'll join you, of course. Shh. No need to jump to conclusions. Who knows? It might actually be you doing me a favor. Every night of remembrance brings its own theme, and this year, it's the Ghost Girl. Imagine this. An innocent girl lost in the dark sea, fear ripping her apart as her soul drifts away, while her body sinks ever deeper into the abyss. Despair consumes her bit by bit, until she transforms into a monstrous phantom. A thrilling story, don't you agree? Like savouring a medium-rare lamb chop served with oysters. One tender slice and the crimson juice spills, adding just the right flavour to the already exquisite dish. So we share similar tastes. How wonderful. Now, back to our topic. Hidden among the stalls set up for tonight are 3 riddles entwined with the tale of the Ghost Girl. Yet these stalls are rather elusive. Rumour has it that they might even be run by demons. But of course, there are no demons in this world, only distorted frequencies, or men cloaked in disguise, driven by their unmet desires. Dealing with them requires no money. Instead, they sift through your desires, choosing what to claim for themselves. Isn't that enchanting? There's no thrill in simply buying all your heart's desires with mere money. And now, we have the main course for tonight. Whoever solves all 3 riddles and uncovers the mystery of the Ghost Girl can ask the host whether to turn stones into gold, grant eternal youth, or... Well then, might I suggest we collaborate to secure this reward? I'm after a particular elixir myself. Well, it requires more than you might imagine. The finest ingredients, precise procedures, impeccable techniques, and of course, the proper mood. But with you at my side, even the most intricate elixir would be a delight to create. I'd love to explore this with you, be it elixir or poison.
As promised, here is the first riddle. The Siren's Song. Long ago, a group of girls followed the Siren's call out of town. They journeyed to the crown atop the mountain, and to the waterfall that cascaded into the depths below. Beyond this riddle, I, Mammon, have yet another gift to offer for your performance. Please take this music box. It's dusty with age, but it might just sing again with a song like you just played.
That person does seem a bit extra.
It's understandable. Hearing a laureate perform is an honor, a blessing for everyone in Resonator. Even this music box should be humming along in admiration. Oh, so that's why this little thing isn't behaving. Someone must have silenced it, leaving it unable to sing.
If you look at this music box from above, doesn't it resemble a big apple?
Now that you mention it, indeed it does. Perhaps Mammon has offered us a little aperitif. All right. I know where we need to go next. The second riddle is waiting for us.
Well then, give it a try. May you find the freshest apple. Go on, make a choice. Let's see if this apple holds the prize you seek.
That one, please.
So, the rumors are true. Nothing escapes your keen gaze, Cantarella the Bane. This little taste of luck is just a starter. Now, allow me to serve the main dish. Here comes the second riddle, the red apple. The girls lined up for their apples, each one in a vivid, glistening red. But why would apples appear in the deep sea? Whether it brings luck or misfortune, taste it and see for yourselves.
People of Resonator often use coin tosses for divination. Heads up signifies good fortune, a sign of following the sacred path. Tails up, however, invites misfortune, a mark of defiance against the divinity. Are these dolls blessed or cursed? Perhaps the last riddle will give us a clue. If we obey the divine will, does that really bring us luck?
Wonderful. As long as you follow the divinity, luck will surely be on your side. Now, for dessert, I present you with fortune cookies. This is the last riddle, the round hat. A girl dons her red dancing shoes and wears a scarlet hat, ready for the final act of her performance. Now, all the riddles are in your hands. Whether the answers will rise like bubbles from the witch's cauldron, well, that's up to you.
Now all the riddles are here, like fish returned to the sea. However, they are entangled in a maze of seaweed. How would you free them from the maze? The siren song, the red apple, the red shoes and the round hat. Among the tales of Resonator, all these three end bitterly. However, with the laureate's aid, we may see a different ending tonight. Since all stories are rooted in reality, perhaps we should take a closer look at the 3 items we've collected. Let's see. A dusty, broken music box, a cog-like lucky coin, and a doll in a red hat. They're all out of production now. None of the music boxes these days use this kind of cog. Looks like these little trinkets are relics from the past. Good catch. As a girl, I used to while away those endless, quiet hours in the castle by playing with such things. Perhaps some part of me still remembers what to do. No, I'm certain I still do.
The show begins.
What was that? My head. This pain's getting worse. I need a break somewhere.
You've been under this influence far too long, especially in a place filled with spirits. I should have warned you sooner. You need a proper rest, and we're not far from Fisalia Fells. Come to my castle. I have potions there that can help ease the strain. Hope this can help you feel better. This potion is crafted from freshly crushed barnacle leaves, mixed with the sap of violaca, sea okra, and sea apple, all fermented in a glass vial. Each of these lovely plants is cultivated here, hand-picked, sorted and blended by my own hands. As the poisonous ingredients entwine, their toxins soften over time, like nightmares transforming into the sweetest dreams. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe, and even delightful. Drink up, and rest a while. Though I may not be able to lift the curse binding you just yet, I can certainly help tame it for now. Excuse me for a moment. It's time I tend to the flowers.
Apple. Apple in the sea. Sea apple! Jelly rose. Round hat. Could the round hat worn by the girl in the riddle actually be a poisonous jelly rose Medusa? If that's true, then the ghost girls indeed have a connection to the Fisalias. I need to discuss this with Cantarella.
Ah, you've made it here. I'm glad to see you're feeling better. Now, we can finally have a proper conversation. Did you come all this way for me? Or are you in search of the secret slumbering in the deep? Oh, I'm flattered. Don't worry, with someone as precious as you here in my castle, I'm not going anywhere.
What exactly are the sea apples and the jelly roses in the garden used for?
The crimson sea apple, also called the alluring reaper, is a dangerous plant. A single bite can lead to paralysis, suffocation, or the excruciating pain of a burnt throat and torn organs, ultimately bringing its victim an agonizing death. As for the jelly roses, their blooms will transform into jelly rose medusae. These little ones can produce a neurotoxin that induces intense hallucinations, and in extreme cases, causes the body to seize and twist in a violent, uncontrollable dance of death. The two lethal plants have been meticulously nurtured by generations of the Fisalia family, flourishing within the gardens of Portoveno Castle for centuries.
So my guess was correct. The red apple in the second riddle refers to the sea apple, and the round hat in the last riddle points to the jelly rose Medusa. As for the first riddle, Siren's Song, the crown atop the mountain and the waterfall that cascaded into the depths below clearly points here, a crown-like castle that sits atop a jagged cliff with a waterfall rushing down. It seems the girls in the riddle were lured into the Portoveno castle. The strange frequencies coming from the music box probably reflect the suffering of the ghost girls, who were poisoned and tortured in the castle. But why? Why would the Fisalia family do this? I don't believe you'd engage in such senseless cruelty or take pleasure in others' suffering. There should be a reason behind this. Wait. There's one Fisalia tradition that might explain it. The Divine Trials. It's a ritual to select a maiden of extraordinary willpower, a Fisalia who can withstand the Thenodian's whispers. I assume such extreme methods were needed for the trials.
Well, I never imagined you'd solve the mystery so quickly. You never cease to amaze me. The truth behind the Ghost Girl riddle is none other than the grim secret of the Divine Trials. The blood and tears shed in these trials throughout the years have seeped into this castle and concocted what we now call the Sea of Ghosts. There, past and future intertwine, and Fisalia's ancient secrets cling to the cracks of time like grotesque scabs. With you by my side, I would relive that trauma and unfold the layers of forsaken time for a closer look. And if you find these scabs have somehow crept onto my very flesh and feel the need to cut them away, I'll place my full trust in you and leave it in your hands. Ever since I guided you to the sanctuary, you've seen through me, and all that the Fisalia family conceals. I've witnessed you cleanse the chaos of the inverted tower, restoring order to the heavens and seas. If you are the one to pass final judgment on me, it would be the highest honor. Now, the answers we seek lie in the depths of fierce undercurrents. Will you join me and dive into the deep sea? You're like a pearl from the deepest sea, but I'd never let such a flawless gem endure even the smallest scratch. Once we enter the sea, I'll be right by your side, tightly. No poisonous creature shall harm you. For you are the one I've chosen. Excellent. Together we dive into the Sea of Ghosts.
Is this still Portovino Castle? Something feels off.
Yes and no. The past has spilled into the present here. The overflowing frequencies have enveloped the entire castle, forming this sonoro, the Sea of Ghosts. The voices of the ghosts rise faintly from the depths, like the soft pop of a bursting bubble. Listen closely to these whispers of the past. Piece together these fragile clues, and the answers will emerge on their own. But do take caution. One wrong step in these murky depths, and we may be drawn into an endless abyss. With a bit of light, though, we can hold back the darkness. Though the black of the sea is overwhelming, I've managed to preserve the last ray of light. You see, light is something that darkness can never fully devour. As long as it flickers, it can guide us out. I, Cantarella Fisalia, hereby grant you unrestricted passage through Portovino Castle. Let us explore and weave through the past and future together.
A potion that can grant any wish. Sounds familiar. The girls must have been lured here by such impossible promises. Cantarella, since you were part of the trials yourself, why not just tell me the secret?
There. We're surrounded by twisted frequencies. It seems they're guiding us towards the truth of the divine trials, and that truth holds the key to solving the Ghost Girl mystery. During the trials, the ever-present abyss silently watched over us. I can feel that the sonorosphere has recreated that same ominous gaze. If I were to reveal everything about the past all at once, this sonoro could grow unstable, or even collapse, drowning us in its wake. To keep us safe, we must tread carefully and avoid taking reckless actions. So let's listen carefully to what the sea is trying to tell us. Sweet dream. Frightened away. Our lethal yet delicate little friend. Looks like we need to handle these two first. Seems like this little one is ready for a duel, trying to take your life with its venom. But I despise unnecessary fights. Hand it to me. Yes, just place it gently here. Nothing to fret about, dear. I've long since made my peace with poison. This jellyfish, a remnant of the past, can't harm me now. You have such a kind heart, always ready to take on burdens, even while carrying your own. But some weights belong only to those who've already weathered their storms. So, let me bear this one. See? I'm fine. Come now. We've more to uncover. Jellyfish have no voice. They simply drift in the tide, struggling to let their faint glow disperse the darkness. Yet, here it is, a small shimmer of light, escaping the grip of the past to reach us now.
Final performance? Begin soon? Hat? Unfit. Help me. Bring the round hat.
No, it's merely some old memories resurfacing. Don't worry, I'm quite well. When I entered this place, I knew that certain memories would seek me out, even if I did not wish for them to. Seems I'm not as resilient as I thought. Round hat for you. Take them.
Showtime. Need light. Light. Lamp.
The frequencies are too chaotic. No worries. We'll try again.
You must be Annis. And also Girl A, who couldn't speak, but managed to send me that message. You want me to find her, right? The Cantarella I know is unbreakable. She will never falter, even if you drown her with all these malicious whispers. And you certainly won't shake me either.
All those years of lying and scheming, and what have you gained? A tarnished reputation. You could have walked away from this, Cantarella. I still remember the little you, the youngest, the most neglected of all the Fisalias. You always lingered by your cauldron, and only smiled when a bird fluttered past the window. You despise this place, don't you? But the blood in your veins, it binds you, holds you prisoner in this endless nightmare. You loathe our rules, yet they have already seeped into your very existence. Tell me, have you ever considered leaving? Let go of this burden that crushes you, and you'll be free as air, free to live the life you've longed for.
My dear lord, I've already gifted you the sweetest of dreams. But why do you still cling to this earthly burden? You watched with satisfaction as I climbed over the fallen, ascended the steps to glory, and wore the thorned crown. Was that not enough for you?
Illusions are no match for poison, Cantarella. False bubbles burst, and here we are. The end of it all.
Well, you see, illusions can also lead to true beauty. Your obsession, corrupted by whispers, has become a shadow over the castle. A deluge of delusions that shouldn't exist in this world. I can feel the pain those whispers inflicted upon you. Allow me to free you from them. Once more. We haven't fully banished the whispers. Watch out! The twisted obsession is returning to the shadow. My lord, I offered you the sweetest of dreams and safeguarded your legacy when you departed. I have entrusted Fisalia's true faith to one most deserving, and the Threnodians' deceptions in the inverted tower have been laid bare. No more whispers shall haunt us. Our children are freed from the cruel burdens of those trials. Now, you too shall find release from the Threnodians' whispers. Nothing escapes your eyes, does it?
We're here, alive and well. In that hellish duel, Cantarella shielded us with illusions. It all started with a false hope. An elixir to grant any wish was said to be here. We dived into darkness, choked down fear. Nothing's here but the deep,
and ourselves. The elixir was our blood and tears. Yet the bane gave us sweet dreams. At last, through the shadows, we reached the end. Once Cantarella took charge of the family, she shielded us, keeping us safe in the castle's depths. The Order's members were always prying, eager to find out the truth. I knew if we went out recklessly, we'd only invite danger. Though, I really miss my home, more than I can say. Fortunately, Cantarella holds the Night of Remembrance every year. With our masks, we can slip away, even just for a while, back to our village. It's always a great comfort to see Jojo living happily and in good health.
My dear, from this night forward, you're free to be with your families. The gentleman here has solved the riddles. Together, he and I will craft the Elixir of Revival. Since the Threnodians' lies were unraveled, the frequencies and situations on the outside have shifted. Thanks to you, the Order is now entangled in its own troubles, too distracted to reach into the Fisalias. Most deeply affected by the Threnodians' whispers was the castle, where the former head was trapped, where innocent girls were lost to the trials. As the Threnodian fell, all these frequencies broke out at once. The long-standing fear, pain, resentment, and repression, all that the whispers had suppressed, burst free, becoming a new cage. The shackles of one's spirit were heavier than those from the outside. Yet thanks to you, we shattered those shackles together. I knew then the time had come for the girls to finally go home. I never meant to draw you into this. I was planning to shoulder it all alone. That's why for this year's Night of Remembrance, I took part myself. And as host, I chose Ghost Girls as the theme. My plan was to break through the sea of ghosts, claim that I've solved the riddles and won the elixir of revival, and then use it to send the girls home when the Dance of the Dead begins at midnight. Your arrival, seemingly by chance, was perhaps destined. The letter wasn't my doing, but I think I know who brought you to my side. She had no intention of hurting you with the abnormal frequencies, but she had been in the Twisted Sonoro for too long. Long enough that she was nearly one with its frequencies. When I saw that letter and sensed something unusual about you, I realized you could no longer stay out of this matter. With a special constitution, you were affected by the frequencies overflowing from the Sea of Ghosts. Looking back, my arrogance blinded me. Forgive me for showing you this weak side of myself. The currents here run deep, and the tangled seaweed is thick. Even I can easily become ensnared. But you helped me untangle these knots and weathered the torrents by my side. Thanks to you, the elixir was much easier to make. That's why I said a skilled brewer is far more important than the ingredients or the process. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you for being here and for staying by my side.
Cantarella, you don't have to bear it all alone anymore. You've got someone you can truly count on now.
You're right. I have one last favor to ask. Could you take the elixir and see the girls home on my behalf? The Fisalia doesn't enjoy a good reputation, and some villagers would resist my presence. At this point, causing any complication is the last thing I want. You, however, as the laureate who exposed the lies and turned the impossible into the possible, will carry a weight they can't ignore. If you're the one to handle this, the people will be convinced. Besides, even if the Order intends to look into this miraculous revival later, your status and capabilities will hold them back. But putting all that aside, it's with your effort that this elixir was possible. I can think of no one more fitting for this task. Thank you. Both I and the entire Fisalia family will aid you in any way we can. Girls, gather your things. It's time to go home.
Tonight, all the riddles are solved. Behold, the elixir of resurrection.
What a night to remember.
That was a really long nap. The strange smell is gone. You smell good again. Oh, I had the best dream. I was dancing with all these cute echoes. Oh, am I interrupting something? Fine. I'll just go take another nap.
Things have returned to normal, it seems. How delightful. It's late. Would you care to come to my castle and rest for the night? Oh, the pleasure is mine, my dear. With you here, this castle feels warmer. Your presence may have dispelled the chill that used to linger. Our family's purpose has always been clear: to resist the Threnodians' spiritual interference and hold fast to our faith in the Sentinel. The cruel trials were designed to find a maiden with an unbreakable will, someone who could withstand the Threnodians' whispers and fix her eyes on the true light. Yet, in pursuit of that noble cause, innocent lives were sacrificed without question. I can't accept the so-called necessary sacrifice, one that tramples the will of others in the name of duty. It's nothing but living off the weak. Though it's important to kindle the flames, none should forget those burned to ashes. Those lives shouldn't have been squandered. After all, we are more than just firewood. Yes, when I took up the Sword of Divinity, I felt a presence, someone far more capable, more suitable. A new possibility emerged. I asked the Sentinel to transfer my second awakening power to that girl. The Sentinel had always wielded the power of separation, but instead agreed to my proposal to combine our strengths. With that power, she confronted the Threnodian. We triumphed, for the moment. But the Threnodian proved to be more difficult than we expected. To stop the brutal divine trials and secure us the final victory, I chose to become the family head, drawing on every resource available to achieve our goal. I pretended to align with the Order to keep the Threnodian off guard, all while searching for a way to fully liberate the Sentinel and end the Threnodian, once and for all. And then, I found you. Just as you chose your path, I've chosen mine. I will see it through, whatever it may cost. Besides, compared to what you've endured, my hardships aren't worth mentioning. You defeated the Threnodian in the Inverted Tower, saved the people of Resonator, and freed those young girls. And me as well. The girls are now back home, and the Threnodian's whispers have finally faded from this castle. And with the Order's concessions, the shadows over Resonator are vanishing. Peace has come to us once more. Thanks to you, the days of pain and sacrifice have ended. A calm life. That is the miracle you've brought. As the head of Fisalia, I must offer you a fitting reward for all the efforts you made. An elixir for eternal youth, perhaps? No. Judging from the power of your awakening, it seems you may already possess that. Then, let it be the elixir that turns stone into gold. I, Cantarella Fisalia, hereby offer you the family's entire legacy. Every elixir and every hidden secret. The Fisalias make no unprofitable bargains. It's my privilege to give it all to you. It's been a long day. You deserve a sweet, peaceful sleep. Here, a special elixir I've prepared with Albizia flowers. Their gentle, lingering fragrance can waft through reality into your dream. Now, close your eyes and rest. Good night. Mm-hmm.